Oh, hello there. Welcome back to Crafters TV. Happy Sunday. I hope we find you well. I hope you're really enjoying the weekend and having the most loveliest of Sunday mornings. Good morning. It's morning here in the UK. Of course, it's morning in the States as well. I know we get a lot of Australian viewers. I can see already Sarah's in at 8 p.m. there. So good evening to all of our Aussie viewers as well. You join us on the last day. I know, it's sad, isn't it? It's got to end. But the last day of our members event. It has been an absolutely colossal event because everyone during the event, and you can still avail of this right up until the end of today, gets an extra 5% Club Inspired discount, which is brilliant, and double points across absolutely everything online or here on Crafters TV as well. And spend £40 or $40 and immediately you will get for free the very beautiful designer members event Keep Calm and Craft on tote. That will automatically appear in your basket. Now, it is a launch day today here on Crafters TV, and it's a special one because we're launching something that we've never launched before here on Crafters TV. This might be a little hint as to what that is. Now, I'm not here on my own. Someone else that loves this product equally as much as I do is the lovely Craig, and he's here with us in the studio. How are you, Craig?
Good morning, Joe. I'm doing very well, thank you. It's so good to actually be here for our first Crafters Inspiration launch on Crafters TV. So exciting. If you are a regular to the magazine, you will know how much how much you get with it. How much it's incredible. If you're new to us, we're going to explain to you exactly, how much you get within the magazine, because it's not just all about hints, tips. You're going to see within the magazine, you get that nice selection of inspiration, and what you can do is you can follow along as well, whether you're a beginner, whether you're more advanced. We are going to step you through all the way through. So what we're going to do throughout the next couple of hours as well, we will show you what you can be creating with some of the crafty goodies that you get with it.
Absolutely, loads that you're going to be able to do. I know so many of you collect these and love Crafters Inspiration. It's already busy there. We'll get to that in just a moment. I need to introduce, because of course it is the last day to get it at this price, the Monday, nope, not the Monday mega deal, the members mega deal, because it is our Gemini, which is fantastic. So the Gemini is brilliant. That's the price you'd normally pay for the large Gemini, $179.99 or $249.95. What you'd normally get in there as standard is everything you are still getting. You get the 2 cutting plates in here. You get your metal shim, your magnetic shim, your embossing mat. You'd also get your plastic shim in there as well. You also then get the 3 dies that you can see on the bottom right hand side of your screen. So the dies there and the embossing folder. But then what we're giving you is over £100 or over $100 worth of freebies within here, which is fantastic. So you're going to get all of your embossing folders in here, your creative cards. You're going to get your edgeable dies. You're also getting your border dies, your flourishes. You've got some bits from Sarah's signature in there as well. You've got your sentiment dies. We've got stamps and dies, double-sided dies. Even got in there as well some gorgeous multimedia nesting dies. The freebies, which is in essence the savings, £105.90 in the UK, $153.50 in the US. So basically everyone saves that on the bundle and pays the price on your screen. However, no one really is going to pay that, are they? Because we've got that extra platinum discount for you. Of the price that's there on your screen, platinum members, you will save an extra $44.99 in the UK, or an extra $62.48 in the US. It means that you can get the large Gemini in the club today for £135 or $187. You're paying you're paying like £30 for the machine in essence when you take the cost of those dies off. Those dies as well, really brilliant selection of dies and embossing folders to go with this machine, which is brilliant. The Junior is available as well, $139.99 or $199.95. However, club members, you'll save an extra £34 in the UK, making it £105. In the US, $49.98 is what you'll save extra as a club member. As a platinum member, and you'll pay $149.97. Amazing value, however you look at it. We're also got for you on the show, and there's a few different ways of you getting hold of these. So there's a few different smaller collections for you, which we will take you through. So these are, of course, our outline dies. Now, if you want to get them in pairs, you can. They're £23 or $29 in their pairs. Best way to get the best value, however, is to go for them all together. So your first option is this. It is the Pretty Florals along with the Majestic Hummingbird. Your next option is this one here, which is the butterfly garden and the dancing butterflies. The third option is the little birdie, which is this one just here, along with In Full Bloom. And then finally, the last one, my favourite is the bees here. I think these are gorgeous, and that is along with Sweet Succulent. However, if you get them all together, it's the best way to get the best value. You're saving 50%, which is amazing when you get them in this configuration just there. Sorry, you're saving 40% when you get them in that large configuration. £87 or $109 if you want to get those. Now, something that we had on Friday, and we will be focusing on these in detail a little bit later in the show. Let me just grab the packet for you so you can see them. Do excuse me. And we'll be focused on these a little later in our Second Chance Sunday show with Debbie, are our sparkle pens. This is a half price deal, which is amazing, and it means you can get actually 36 sparkle pens for that price there on your screen. So you've got your Coastal Cottage, which is this one. You've also going to get included the Vintage Tones, which is this one here. You're going to get Spring Summer in there. You will also get this one, which is your Autumn Winter. You're going to get Nature Trail, and you're going to get Floral Garden as well, which is brilliant. So you are getting all of those in that bundle, which is wonderful. However, the star of the show, it is going to be the brand new magazine. Now, the great thing about this is that there's so much inspiration packed within this magazine. The price is sensational, £9.99 or $19.95. A lot of you have pre-ordered this and gone for this already. Which is brilliant. In here, you are going to get £50 worth of crafty goodies, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, you've got in here absolutely loads. So you can see you've got that gorgeous die there at the top. That is coming in here included for you, which is wonderful. You're going to get stamps in here. You're going to get also your stencil in here as well. You're getting all of that, plus the magazine itself. I think you could go out and spend £9.99 or $19.95 just on the magazine on its own, whereas in this configuration you're getting all of those fabulous goodies included for you as well. Now, the other great thing is, wow, I hadn't even thought about this. Platinum members, you're going to get that for £7.50. How amazing is that? Platinum members in the US, you're going to get this for $15, which is incredible. You're still going to get double points. So you get 9 points if you're in the UK. You'll get 38 points if you're in the US. We're also going to give you a bonus 50 points on top of it as well, which is fantastic. So loads of reasons to get hold of this, and I'm really looking forward to going through all the different ways you can use it. I just want to share with you as well, there is a digital download that you get included as well, which gives you an extra 650 elements as well, and that is just click and print technology. So you can download that, click it and print it off. We'll show you more of that download as we go through the show as well. I know some of Craig's demos also incorporate that as well. Any questions that you've got about this as we go through the hour, as always, drop them into me either on the Crafters TV Facebook live comments or over on YouTube in the comments there. One of our social media superstars will pick those up. Crafters Inspiration, Craig, well, 27 now, our quarterly magazine. It's always so popular, and it actually seems to get more and more popular. Why do people love this so much?
I think what it is, Joe, is the magazine is jam-packed full of ideas, inspirations, techniques as well. However, the goodies that you get with it, what Sarah wanted to do right when it started is you get £50 or $50 worth of Crafters Companion goodies with it. So what Sarah done was, instead of doing obviously the cost for marketing, what we've done is just said, no, we're not doing that. The money we would spend as a company on the marketing is then going to just go into the goodies. So that's how you get these incredible goodies. You know, you've got your dies, you've got the corner ones, we're going to show you them as well. You get your stencils, you get your stamps. So it varies every single month as well. But that's how Sarah's able to give you all of these awesome products, because what she wants is for you to get your hands on it, and when you see how incredible they are, we know that you're going to be coming back for more. And so many crafters out there that are big fans of Crafters Companion started literally by buying the Crafters Inspiration magazine many years ago, and now they're an avid lover. So within the magazine, I don't want to go through the whole lot because so many of you like to get it, sit down with a copy, relax and go through the whole lot. But you've got some ideas with what you're getting with the magazine. So we've got our die, you know, you've got your your background stencil, you've got your stamps, but then you've also getting things like your tri-blend techniques, or if you want to do more with your sparkling. So it's not just about what you get within the magazine, it's also about different techniques of other products within the range. You get a welcome from Sarah, you get a wee bit of, not, what's it they call it again, page by page. Gives you an idea as to what to expect throughout the magazine as well. Loads of ideas that you can be doing within the actual magazine. So many actually ideas are coming from the design team as well. But then if I skip forward, it's all about ideas. You've got your printable elements. As Joe said, it tells you at the front as well, you get over 650 printable elements, which actually range from Sarah's signature collection. So it does tell you, we've got Garden of Love, we've got some that are into space, we've got Patchwork Rose, whatever the weather, we've got Wanderlust, and there's digi stamps as well for you to colour in. So as you see, you've got a bit in the life of Sarah, lots of step by step, so it tells you what you would need, the skill level, the time roughly that it would take as well, any additional tools that you've got, maybe releases that we've just had, which we've had Nativity, so there's ideas with there. Lots of competitions as well within the actual magazine, so much more giveaways, what's coming up, just so much that you can see. We've also got a back page that also features one of us as well. This one is all about Totally Tiffany, but I also just want to come right back to a page, if I can find it. You also get a page of someone in the office and what their role is entailing. So I'm just seeing, I think I've maybe passed it, but I do just want you to see, because it's not just obviously all about us that get to do all the crafting and see you on a daily basis. If I can't find it right now, what I'll do is I'll come back. Oh, there we go. We've got Paige. So Paige works in the office.
I was
so
just reading that bit, Craig. I'm having a lovely morning, Sunday morning, just flicking through this magazine. It's quite lovely. I'm having a good old read over here.
So Paige is our senior trade administrator. So it just goes to show that each month there's always someone from behind the scenes at Crafters Companion that's featured. But it's jam-packed full. It always comes within a nice wee box as well. That holds all your goodies as well. So it's nice, it's compact. Great for a gift, great for a new beginner. If you are a new beginner, if you get one of the Gemini bundles, then you're good to go, because obviously you've got the die in that as well. But it's all about inspiration. So same with what we're going to do today. We're going to use some of the products as they are on their own, but then we're going to incorporate some other Crafters Companion products as well. Shows you how they're all standalone, but then you could be more advanced and bringing lots of stuff in.
No, there's loads of freebies within here, Craig. Would you mind just taking us through the three bits you get included and how we might use those? Because, I mean, the die is really substantial and there's loads of stamps in here as well, isn't there?
There really is. So one of the main ones, you'll tend to find yourself, you go, well, you can tell that that's the main one, and this is actually it. So this is a distressed floral corner die. So this is actually, as it says, it die cuts into the corner, so it cuts into your card. It doesn't cut out, and we'll show you an example within the first demonstration. So a good one, if you've got, maybe your double-sided adhesive sheets that you maybe got with the arch dies, or maybe with the actual outline dies that we've got today, that works well because it's a nice outline, but great for the corners. You could do framing, you can do so many different things. Great one for paper piecing as well. But then what we've got, and we're going to be demoing this probably second or third, second probably, we have got a stencil. So you get the stencil within it as well. So as you, many of you know, maybe if you're a new beginner you don't, you can ink through it, you can spritz through it, you can do your stencil paste. That's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to use stencil paste through it, emboss it as well. Gives a nice texture and a nice background as well. However, you also get a stamp set. Now this one I particularly love because it's one full stamp. So what you could do is you can create your own backgrounds like we will do, and you've got all those sentiments there as one big stamp. But do what I'm also going to do, chop into it. You can then pick words out, you can pick sentiments out as well. So many different things that you can do. Then last but not least, let's just bring in the magazine as well. So I just want to obviously just focus as well. You're also getting those downloads. So it's very easy. It just tells you right at the start, you've got just a wee download address there. So you're just going to type that in and they're all going to come out in different folders. It literally is click and print. When let's bring you an example. This is just one of many ideas. So you've got loads of standalone images, large images, or you've got ones that you can create nice, quick, simple cards. It's all there. I'm going to bring this quite close up because I printed this out onto just a white smooth stamping card. I didn't change the settings. I didn't, increase anything.
Hang on, Craig. Have you got like a £7,000 printer though?
No.
Okay,
not
just a
at all.
bog standard one.
Not at all. I've got a bog standard. It's a Brother printer, but it's just a bog standard one. It didn't change the settings, nothing at all. Of course, if you want to do it onto glossy photo paper, then you can do as well. Larger printers, you can expand it. But there you go. Don't need.
When
to
we
do
talk about
any
elements,
different
Craig, then
changes.
looking at that sheet that you've got there again, so that would be what? Is there about 6, 8 elements? Would you say on that sheet?
Yeah. Whereas this is actually classed as one element.
Oh,
This
that's
is
one
sheet.
element.
This is one element.
Ah,
yeah.
I thought that was like 6 or 7 elements.
So
there.
it just goes to show how you've
So there's
got
got to
so
be
many.
tons for you to use.
It really
Can
is.
you resize the bits from the download, or do you print them in the size they are?
Well, what you can do, and I'm not very technical, however, you can, of course, pull the images so it's obviously larger. So if you want to make them a bit smaller, say A5, then of course you can just shrink the box. I always do it in Word, Microsoft Word. I know there's other things, but I'm not that technical. But if you've got, say you've got an A3 printer, then obviously you go into the A3 page and then you can just expand it. So absolutely, you know, you can expand it and make it bigger if you want.
Fantastic. Anne is asking on Facebook, what is stencil paste, Craig?
Stencil paste it's just literally, it's like a white paint, but it's a bit thicker. It's a bit like extra thick cream. So what we'll do, let's just pull this one out. So it gives you an idea. This is what it looks like. Now you do get many colours out there. We don't have any of our own. This is one from my stash. But you could, if you wanted, if you want to use any of your colours from your sparkle pens or your pots, then absolutely you can do as well. So what it's going to do, it's going to give you an embossed look without running it through the emboss. You're going to get all that detail. But we are going to do that after our first demo. So we'll show you exactly what you can do.
Wonderful. And so many of you have our water reactive inks. I'm sure you're going to love using those with that stencil as well. Remember, 74 projects within that magazine. Now, it's really, really busy already on our website. If you want to watch and shop at the same time, that's the best way to get hold of all the deals and still catch all the demonstrations. And you can do that by going over to our website at crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. Loads of you chatting away this morning. Sarah Brown on Facebook saying, I got some happy mail surprise today. My nativity collection, along with my rose gold paper pads, come to. Oh, what a wonderful Sunday you're having. Michelle Joyce saying she's ordered the Junior the other day, expecting it to be delivered tomorrow. Still very busy on the Gemini and the Gemini Junior. Remember, it's your last day to get that members mega deal at that price. And also Bev saying this magazine just threw itself off the shelf and into my basket. Bev is showering us in compliments as well this morning, Craig. She says, coffee in hand, TV on YouTube, phone to comment, my favourite demonstrator and the best host in craft TV. Sundays don't get much better. Well, we are flattered.
Nice.
We are flattered, Bev. We do love it. When you shower us in compliments, yeah, we like a bit of a boost on a Sunday morning, Craig, don't we? What would you all be doing? So, because obviously we're kind of new here at the weekends, twice a day now at the weekends as well as through the week. What would you normally be doing on a Sunday morning, Craig, if you weren't here with us at Crafters TV this morning?
I won't tell you what Laura just said in my
We'll
ear,
get
but
to
yeah,
Laura in a
probably,
second for
it'll
sure.
probably be like that as well. You know, well, I always start off, I always do it in the morning. You just start off, nice cup of tea, you have a flick to see what's on the TV. You know, I'm certainly well up and dressed and showered by this time, that's for sure. I'm usually in my craft room. On a Sunday, I know this sounds boring, but Sunday tends to be kind of like the housework, you know.
Really, does it?
I tend to do
I'm
housework on a Sunday.
At the minute, I'm all about midweek housework and trying to do everything in the week and leaving the weekends as free as possible. I would be in my dressing gown, watching the news, having a bacon sandwich about now, having got up at about 9:30, 10:15. Producer Laura would be hungover, still in bed. That's what she's just told us. Heading, getting ready for a Sunday roast dinner. Director Daniel, what would you normally be doing on a Sunday morning? He'd just be sat at home scrolling through his social media is what Daniel would be doing. Have you got a Sunday morning routine or a Sunday daytime routine? If you have, I would love to know it, because Sunday seems to be that one day where we sort of, are creatures of habit, doesn't it? You can let me know over on social media. I'm monitoring the conversation on the Crafters TV Facebook page. Very, very busy. Hundreds of you pre-ordered this already before this morning. Hundreds of you gone for this already again today. We're going to have a very busy show. I know Craig's really excited about taking you through some of the brilliant stuff that you can do with it. I'm going to dive back into these comments, Craig, then, whilst you get on with your first demonstration, if that's all right.
Absolutely, yes. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the actual corner die, and we're going to show you how you can make a nice, quick, simple card, whether when it comes to the background using the printable elements, or what we will just do to start with, let's just bring in our ink pots, our sparkle pots. So I'm using Enchanted Hues, and I've just got a piece of our watercolour card, which is 5.5 by 5.5. So all that I'm just going to do is just give that a good coating of water, and I'm going to use Firefly and cotton candy, or candy floss as we say in the UK, although the name is cotton candy. So let's bring in cotton candy for this one, and then we're also going to use the Firefly, as I say, and instead of shaking it, just twirl it around. There's a ball bearing in there, and that'll get all that sparkle just flowing really nicely. So then what I'm going to do is just taking the paintbrush in, and I'm just going to go lightly to start with, because I don't want it to be too intense, and I'm just going to come all the way down, maybe about halfway. Then I'm going to bring in some of the Firefly, and I'm just going to add that in just there, and I'm not going to do much at all, not much at all with it. All that I'm going to do is let's just bring in just another bit of the cotton candy. This is just going to show how you can use the die, you can cut it into your cardstock, and because it gives you that nice corner, you can have sparkle coming all the way through.
Craig, if we went, I know the pots are on the show, as are the pens as well today. If we had just the pens, could we express a little bit out onto the mat and then pick that up with a brush if it was just the sparkle pens we had?
Absolutely, because what you get in the pots and what you get in the pens are exactly the same. It's just the way you apply it is different. The pot, you would use a paintbrush or a water brush if you want, whereas it comes to the sparkle pens, the brush is already there for you. So it's the same thing that's in each one, just a different way to add it to your project.
Our friend of Crafts TV, Hannah Horn, she's got her hands on the magazine. She says, love the magazine, so of course I had to get it, and I got an extra 5% off, even better. Do you know what? This will probably be if you've got the extra 5% discount as a platinum member, probably be the lowest price you've ever been able to get the magazine for, because it'd be £7.50 as a platinum member in the UK. As a platinum member in the US, $15. Amazing value for money.
Absolutely, that really is. You know, I can see many people, it's going to, throughout this morning anyway, and later on with Joe and Debbie, it's going to just push you even up to that next tier, which is exciting. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to give it just a wee blast. Now, what I did do a moment ago, I dabbed a bit of kitchen roll over the top for two reasons. One, to just pull that colour out a wee bit more, just to let it be a bit lighter, but then also, because there's a pattern on the kitchen roll, a bit of texture, it's going to add that texture onto the sparkle ink as well. Very, very subtle, but it is there as well. So all that I'm just going to do, I'm just going to leave it like that, because what we're going to do is we're going to get into our die cutting, but what I want to show you, which we will do just shortly, is 3 different ways in which you can create your background underneath your die cut border, or your die cut corner. So we're going to take the die. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm using the large Gemini, and I'm using the large Gemini plates. Of course, the large Gemini plates you do get with your Gemini. If you have got Gemini mini plates, they will also go through your large Gemini at an angle. However, I just wanted to show you that even with really small dies or medium dies like these ones, you can still use the large Gemini and then just use that pause and reverse function. So I've got that bit of card, just in case you're wondering as well. It is 4 3/4 by 4 3/4, and I've just made it just so it's slightly larger than the die. So let's bring in, it's wafer thin die, so it's our plastic shim, magnetic shim, top cutting plate. So let's then run that one through. So all that I'm just going to do now is I'm just going to wait. You know when it's gone over the die, because you hear that distinctive kind of like a thud sound. So there we go. So I'm just going to do pause, and I'm going to reverse it. And then that just means, you know, instead of it going all the way through, you're enabled to do all these different size dies, and quite quick as well by pausing and reversing.
A few questions comes out. A few questions coming in. Beverly says, good morning. Can you subscribe to the magazine, and how do we know what the latest issue is? You can subscribe to the magazine if you're in the US, I believe so. The subscription is due again pretty soon, I think, on HSN. I think it might actually be next week. But in the UK, we retail them here at Crafters TV individually, so you can definitely grab the individual ones. Irene saying she pre-ordered the magazine yesterday, can't wait to get it. She's now got 2 on the way. Loads of you letting us know what your Sunday morning routines are like as well. So keep dropping those into us on social media, which is fantastic. Also, if you have had any of the previous magazines and you've followed some of the projects that are in there, please send us in your photos because we would love to see them. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is where you can send those photos into. Details there across the bottom of your screen. I'm thinking this die on its own, Craig, probably would be worth what? $7.99 at least for that die?
At least, Joe. You know, obviously, I don't know for sure, so I wouldn't like to say, but at least, yeah, you're bound to be near that £10 mark anyway. So you can tell by the size of it. So it just goes to show how much that you're getting. So what I'm going to do with this die, it's also quite nice to emboss it because it's staying in the card. So all that I've just done is just added my rubber embossing mat. Then what I'm doing is my plastic shim, and then I'm doing my top cutting plate. I've removed my magnetic, so you never have your magnetic and your rubber embossing mat at the same time. Now, embossing, when you're embossing with your mat, whether it's a Gemini or the Gemini Junior, I never pause and reverse. I sometimes find when you're doing that, when you're doing the embossing, it pulls and scrumples the cardstock. So it's the only time that I just tend to just let it go all the way through. So I've done that one there. So let's remove these out the way. And then all that I'm going to do is if I gently pull all these bits out. So I've got that bit of tape. So because this actual outline of the card is what I'm using, I'm going to be careful trying not to tear it. But then, if I take that, then we can see, actually all that detail is pretty much popped out. Let's bring in a bit of black card so that you can see, look at that detail.
That's amazing, Craig.
Look at how awesome is that. Now that is in the corner of your card.
It reminds me a lot of, you know our textured corner dies that we bring to you. It's kind of that similar vein, isn't it?
It really is. And if your cardstock was slightly bigger, what you could do is you could die cut that in the opposite corner as well, and then you're starting to build like a corner frame if you wanted as well. So you really can do so many different things within these ones. So what we can do is let's bring in a few different things here. So we have got the background that we just created with the sparkle ink, so you can see just here. Then what I've got is I've got another couple of sheets of paper. It's actually card, it's our white smooth stamping card. And this is just two of the printable backgrounds that I printed out last night. So again, I'm going to bring that up close because I want you to see smooth white cardstock, just a normal bog standard printer. I didn't change the settings, nothing at all. And you can see just there. What I will say
you printed that.
I printed that
because that to me looks like it could have been out of I don't know, our Crafty Fun paper pad.
Yeah. You know, it is. You would think that as well. What I will say, this might be a bit controversial. What I do say when it comes to my printer, I don't use compatible inks. I do use, you know, the genuine article because I find I get a better result there. Of course, if you feel you prefer, obviously, you know, when it comes down to finances, you might need to use the compatible, but that's just where I feel that I get a good result just by using the actual branded ones. Because I know that will be a question that I get asked later on in the day on social media. So this is where, if I bring in our card blank, this is actually one that I had from yesterday's Hunky Dory show. So I've just got my black ink. So what I can do now, what I'm going to do is lay that over the top. So we can overlay that with the sparkle underneath, or what we can then do is we can then use this pattern. So if we take that one, so if we then pop that one underneath, so you can see that starting to just pop out, or what you can then do again, bringing in another one, you can pop that one on, so you can see that then you've got all that detail coming through as well. So I just wanted to kind of show you a few different ways. I am going to go back. I originally thought I was going to go use that one, but I quite like the look of the sparkle coming through. So what I'm going to do is move these ones out the way, and then what I'm also going to do is let's bring in our stamp set. And I'm going to stamp a sentiment so that you can see. So let's bring in all of our mats. So we're going to do this one. So what we can do is pop this one onto our block. So let's bring in our medium one. So this is the one where it's all one stamp. However, what you can do is you can chop into it. Now, I say chop into it, I mean stamp it first and then chop into it. So let's just bring in...
Jan Balfour on Facebook, Craig, has asked, is the printer that you were printing from an inkjet or a laser printer?
So it's...
It's a home one, so
It's
I
a
think
home
it'll be an
one, so
inkjet
an
printer.
ink- will be an
The
inkjet.
laser printer is like the one we have in the office.
Right,
which
yes.
you can use both, absolutely.
Yeah.
I guess it's not like when you're colouring where you have to be very specific
No.
about what you use because you're not adding any moisture or any inks to it, so it'd be fine from whatever, I guess.
Absolutely. And again, the one thing I don't use is I don't use inexpensive copier paper. I do think that is a waste, and that will really suck up your ink. Whereas with our stamping card, that works great because obviously it's been done or it's been made to hold ink and hold it really well. So I've just stamped a wee bit. So I know in this one, I want the bit, do what you love. So I've just stamped just that wee selection. And then what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to press so that I can at least get that bit that I want. So I can chop that bit out. So let's just move all that to the side. And I've got one already layered up, but just again, just to show you how I do it, because it's very easy for me to say, I've just chopped it up. But if you're a new crafter, you're maybe unsure what's the best way to do it. So all that I do, so the bottom of do what you love, I've just lined up with the finger guard on the guillotine, and then I'm just going to cut down, and then I'm just going to, once again, the end of, or the start of the D up to the finger guard, and I just do that all the way around, and then that gives me kind of like a nice wee panel for the sentiment. And let's just do that. The end of the E, I just pop to the finger guard, and then that's how I can then just get my sentiment.
Awesome.
So it was just to give you an idea.
When
as
you
to
said about
how.
chopping into it earlier, foolishly, I thought you presumed chopping into the stamp.
I did. That's why I reworded what I said a minute ago, because I thought, no, don't chop into your stamp.
Because of the way we
Yes,
use the rubber
my
ones
mistake,
as well.
yeah.
Julie also is asking Craig on Facebook, can I ask Craig about embossing actual dies? Will it not cut the embossing mat? I have not ever dared to try to emboss a die in case I cut the mat. Thank you.
As long as you do not put in your magnetic sheet, you will be fine. Even then, the chances of you cutting your embossing mat because of the material used is very slim. What will happen is with all that pressure, your embossing mat will go from an A4 size, and with all that pressure, it's just going to crumple all the way up. So it's all to do with the way that it's been manufactured, the material, that you won't cut into it. Just make sure that you've got your plate combination the right way. So really, never have your embossing mat with your magnetic sheet at the same time.
There's also, I'm guessing, loads of sandwich tutorials, not for making like cheese and ham sandwich or bacon ones, but Gemini sandwich tutorials over on our
There's
website
loads.
as well. So
There's
you can
loads
find more
that-
info there.
It's on our website as well, because it is a question that we get asked quite a lot. And as I always say, all of us on the team, we are on Facebook as well as Instagram. So any questions, if you're unsure, just drop us a line. So let's just chop these wee bits off. So all that I'm just going to do is I just want to add a wee bit of height. You can use your glue gel if you want.
I'm
So
just
let's
hearing, Craig,
just-
someone's turned me into a sticker apparently.
Turned you into a sticker.
A clay sticker.
Oh, figure.
Oh,
Clay
figure. A clay figure. I hope it makes me look slim. Have we got a picture of it?
How interesting.
Right, who sent it to us? It's from Lantern Merry Cloth. You've sent us a picture. You've sent us a picture, and it's amazing. We love it, right, Craig? But we just can't see it properly. It's too small. So can you send us a bigger picture? A bigger picture of the clay figure. It would be amazing, because I'd really love to see it, and I'd love to share it with you. But we just can't see it on the picture. Or I hope we get that back, don't you, Craig?
Yeah, that'll be interesting. So all that I've just done there is I've just layered it up with some foam pads. You can use glue gel. You can put it on direct if you want. So then all that I'm just going to do is pop that on top and press that into place. Then all that I've got is I've just got do what you love. So I've done what was stamped earlier, and I've just pre-popped that onto a bit of black card and added foam pad. And all that I'm just going to do is have a wee look, see, let's just overlap it just there. And that is all that I'm going to do, Joe. So if you just printed out the backgrounds, how quick and simple but really effective can you make all of your cards just by using that die? So if I bring that in close up just so that you can see.
Beautiful.
You'll be able to see.
Is that project in the magazine, or is that one that you've come up with,
That's
Craig?
just one that I've come up with so it'll be easy enough to follow. But again, as I always say, any questions, unsure, just go onto my Facebook wall. Instagram DMs can be a bit iffy, so go onto Facebook and write on my wall, and we will help where we can.
Fantastic. And I'm guessing, Craig, there'll be lots of projects in that book for all of the freebies that are in here as well. So absolutely, you can watch this show back anytime. You can take all of Craig's inspiration, but the whole point is you've got all of that inspiration in there. Loads of you sharing with us your routines. Jan says she's sitting in the sunshine here in Fife, Craig, in Scotland.
Fife.
Watching the show. Usually I'd be planning my crafty schedule for the following week. That sounds lovely. Bev says she's got she's got washing in the dryer, watching Crafters TV in between, trying some blending with the opaque inks, which is amazing. Jean Marie says, my typical Sunday, up, shower, sweep and dust, prepare Sunday roast, and then craft until 2 when it's still time to cook the roast. Anne says, is it still shorts weather in Newton Aycliffe? It's on the cusp. It's on the cusp. Apparently, it is raining cats and dogs outside at the moment.
Is it? Really?
Yeah, it is.
Gosh.
Bev Carter as well. I'll recap those liquid inks in just a second. She went for them for the whole set. She says, I find them easier as I do watercolour painting. I use my good watercolour brushes, so I find I can control the ink better. I have all the sparkle pens, which I also love. Now, let's just recap everything that's in that magazine. So remember, you're getting the magazine itself. That magazine's got 74 different projects within there. You can see there everything you're getting, that beautiful die, that wonderful stencil. You've got the background stamp as well. 650 plus printable elements. Here's some of the beautiful things that you're able to do with this magazine. It really is fantastic. And remember, that magazine packed full of inspiration to use a lot of our most recent launches, whether you are discovering some of your older stash, whether it's, you know, products that you bought from us here at Crafters Companion, products from other brands. It's all about teaching you tips and techniques to really just improve your crafter. I love that in there as well. There are projects for beginners, for intermediates, for advanced as well. $9.99 gets you the magazine. It gets you the die, the stamps, the stencil, and the digital download of over 650 elements. Remember as well, they all come nicely boxed too. So if you did want to go for a couple, I can see actually quite a few of you multi-ordering on these. They might make a lovely crafty gift for some of your crafty friends as well. $9.99 or $19.95. Remember also, we're in the midst of our members event, so it means everyone gets an extra 5% off. £7.50 for Club Inspire Platinum members, this magazine. I know. Or $15 if you're in the US. And everyone's going to get double points. There is also 50 bonus points with the magazine too, which is amazing. So you'll get those. And if you spend over £40 or $40 in the show, or any one transaction across the website up until the end of today, you'll get this beautiful Keep Calm and Craft on tote, totally free of charge, which is amazing. Lots of other stuff that I want to share with you in the show as well. The liquid ink collection is here for you. Great deal on the sparkle inks, also a great deal on the liquid inks. Now in here, you're going to get 5 of our 3 packs. So you're going to get the Enchanted Hues, the Perfect Pastels, the Mystic Tones, the Forest Glade, and you've got Traditional Christmas in there as well. Should be $64.95 today, it's £50. Should be $99.75 today, it is £70. Of course, no one is paying that. Everyone is getting at least an extra 5% off of that. We've got the Essential Collal Glue Kit on the show for you as well. In here, you're going to get the tacky glue, and you're going to get the all-purpose glue with the 2 fine tip applicators, $16.50 or $31 is your price. Loads of you still letting me know about what you're up to, what your morning routines Hannah is trying to sort out her daughter's bedroom, so no crafting today, and she's not really happy with that. Lisa Reed Rickards over on Facebook says, my routine on a Sunday and every day is to wake up, grab a coffee, sit at my craft table and stream your show on my TV. Best part of every day. How lovely is that? Loads of you still letting me know what your Sunday mornings normally look like. Jan saying she used to be the pianist at church, but it's all online now, so no live piano. Now in the garden, or make recording of singing bowls for people to meditate with. How gorgeous is that? Right, I can see a lot of you have got the magazine in your basket. No doubt looking for an opportunity to check out. So I'm going to give you that now. Whilst you do that, here's the details of how you can watch and shop at the same time. Hi, I'm Joe from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can grab the best deals and shop whilst you watch during our shows. So the best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. Head on over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV. You can see all of our shows, offers, and even shop while you watch. Now, if you want to get involved and comment along, head over to our Facebook page. Come say hello, ask us some questions, and lol with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even AirPlay directly onto your big screen. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day. All the details there of how you can watch and shop at the same time. You never need to miss the deals or the demos, which is wonderful. Now, I know Craig's got loads of demonstrations planned with this brand new magazine and everything that it includes, so I'm going to hand you back to Craig. Remember, $9.99 or $19.95. It is launching today here with you guys on Crafters TV. It is a world exclusive launch. You'll be the first people to get your hands on it, which is absolutely fantastic. And you're getting that extra 5%, which is beautiful. Oh, and don't forget the 50 bonus points as well. This members event's been fantastic, isn't it, Craig? This is the third brand new launch we've had in a row today. Quite unbelievable.
It's so good, isn't it? It really is. Just goes to show how quickly, you know, you can accumulate those points and that as well as getting lots of goodies. So what we're going to do is we're going to carry on with the magazine. Now, you'll hear many of us in the past when it comes to our stencils saying you can obviously emboss with them and you can spritz through them and you can use stencil paste through them. But I've never actually shown you that, so I thought what we can do is let's do that today. So you'll have noticed I'm using my heat-proof wipeable mat. You can do everything on your glass mat. The only reason I like to use these is as I always say, I can quickly move it out the way and get ready for the next demonstration. So I've just got some watercolour card because I'm going to use some of the sparkle pens afterwards. So it's watercolour card, and then we've got our stencil, which is 5x7. So if I move that there, you can see you've got a nice selection of all your different dots, a nice pattern going from large all the way to small. So what you tend to do is one of the key points is if you take your low tack tape, it could be low tack tape, it could be stencil tape, create a hinge. So pop your tape at the top and then tape that down, and then what will happen is that will give you the ability to create a hinge so you can lift up afterwards. So then what I also like to do is just pop some all the way around, so you're just kind of framing it just so that you don't get any excess on the edges. What you can also use if you want is your adhesive spray, the temp ones, but when it comes to doing stenciling with pastes, I do just like to use our tape. So I've got that nice and secure. So I've just got some stencil paste. This is just a white one that I had from my stash. So what I'm just doing is I've got just a nice wee, it's not a spatula, what do you call these actual these ones?
It is a spatula.
Is it a spatula?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, it's a spatula.
It's just a metal spatula.
So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to pop just some right along the top. Now don't worry about the excess because that will then just get scraped up and we will then pop it back in. So let's just take some of that excess off. Then all that I'm just going to do is just using the back, I'm just going to come all the way down and then I can start to just wipe that excess. And then what I can do, I'm going to leave just a wee bit on and then you can go back and you can just fill in all these parts. Now I'm going to trim it down, so even if I went on over the edges, it wouldn't matter because what I could do is trim it down, which is exactly what I'm going to do. But it just means if you've got the tape as well, you don't need to worry too much. And the whole reason that we pop the hinge on is for what I'm just about to show you. So let's just scrape that excess off. So really, if you invest in some stencil paste, I did put on my Instagram, anyone knows, because if we use something we don't get asked, it's the one that I used is from another crafter, Don Bibby. So you would just need to go on one of the other Amazon's, eBay, that sort of stuff, and just search for that.
And what would we be searching for? Texture paste,
just texture
awesome.
Paste or stencil paste, anything along those lines. As long as it's a paste, a thicker paste, then you can stencil through it. So what I'm going to do is, if I take away the bottom one, and then what I'm going to do is, so that is that taking that one? No, I need
Could
to
you
take
use
this
your
one.
crafters, your threaders glitter paste through this, Craig, if you want to?
Absolutely, you can do.
Awesome.
Yeah. You could do, no problem at all. Again, as long as it's obviously like a bit of a paste type thing, then yeah, you can do. But then not forgetting, you can still ink through it. So let's take that last one. I'm not worried about tearing that tape off at the side because that's all going to get trimmed down. So I need to go take that bit off. So then now, because we've created that hinge, let's just bring my pokey tool. What's going to happen is it enables us now to securely just lift that up. Then that gives us our
love that,
nice,
Craig.
so you can see that dot. So if I bring it that, I know it's white on white, it's not the best, is it? But it gives you the idea. If I bring in, so I've got one that I can move closer because it's all dried. So I'm going to bring that in, and then
we can see that there, Craig, yeah.
Now you can still then go over the top and you can stencil on top of it as well. What we are going to do, let's move that one out of the way, just to show you as well. What you can also do, any of that excess that is on your stencil, let's use the back and I'll show you. So this is just our white smooth stamping card. So cleaning it, just a wet wipe, a baby wipe, what you can do is just give it a clean, just using the wet wipe, just getting rid of all that excess, and then what you're going to be left with is a bit more of a subdued effect. You'll still get a slight bit of texture, you can see just there, but very more of a mixed media style, if that. And again, if I turn the other side, this is the one that I'd done last night and it's dried. So you do have that wee bit more of a different look, subtle, but more of a distressed look that you can see there. So even when it comes to cleaning it, you can still use what's on your actual stencil. Fantastic. So then what we can do is bringing in, this is the one that I'd already done last night and it's dried. So I need to trim this one down. So I'm going to trim it to 4. I've got one just here pre-dried, so 4.5. So all that I'm going to do at the moment, I'm just going to come in just a wee bit. I just want to have my square edge. So let's go 4.5 by 4.5. So that gives me my nice square, and you will start to see the dots even, or you can see them there, but even better just shortly. So then let's take away that excess. So then what I'm going to do this
Hannah's asking, Craig, she's saying, does it just dry or can you add colour to it? I think she means the paste.
You can add colour to it. So what you could do first is when I just popped it straight onto the top of the stencil, pop some onto your glass mat or obviously your brown mat if you want, and maybe just squeeze a bit of your actual sparkle paint onto it, or maybe any of your sparkle pots, keeping in mind the more liquid you add to it, the more obviously runnier it's going to get, but you can still do that by adding colour to it, that's no problem. So
it's called a palette knife, apparently, Craig.
I knew it wasn't.
My bad.
Spatula.
Morecraft said that on YouTube. Marianne also says the same thing. Yeah, it's a parrot knife.
Yeah.
Which is a parrot. No, it's not a parrot knife.
Not a parrot knife.
A knife that keeps repeating itself. Hundreds of you going for that magazine this morning. Really busy on that exclusive launch. Remember, we are the first retailer to bring it to you, which is fantastic. So it's great that you've been able to get a little heads up on this first before everyone else. Do I spy sparkle pens over there, Craig?
You do indeed, and I'm just having a look because I did have a spritz bottle that I did well prepared.
It's in your pocket.
No, that's not my water one. I did have so. Do you know? And I thought I'm going.
Do you want me to get you a new? Do you want me to get you one?
Could you?
Do you want me to go and ask Tracy, our floor manager?
Or fill one up. We've got plenty, just not water.
I'll grab you one.
The one thing I thought I was so good today, I've remembered to make sure that the actual spritz bottle was filled up, and I've not. So what I'm just going to do at the moment, so you can do what I'm away to do with our actual sparkle pots as well, but I'm just going to add some onto our mat. So this one that I'm using is Magnolia, and this one is from our coastal cottage. So what I'm then So we do have them, they're just not filled with water. So what we'll just do,
I'll fill it up for
it's all right, what I'll do is I'll just crack it. I tell you what I can do, tell you what I will do. Let's bring in just some water that I've got from when we used, and then we'll just, improvise. Instead of a spritz, let's just spritz water from our fingers. So there we go, so let's just do that one. So let's just dry my hand, and then all that I'm going to do, because it's our watercolour card that I popped onto, you can still start to create your backgrounds, but what I'm going to do is I'm just trying to keep just in one corner, so I'm just going to dab up some of that excess, and even then you can start to see, because of the stencil paste that I've used, it starts to resist it, and what's going to happen is the colour's going to stick to the cardstock underneath, but it's going to be more intense from one area all the way up to the other area, where it's going to be a lot less, none in fact. So there we go. I'm just going to leave it just like that. Then what I'm just going to do, now you would take another piece of cardstock or that and use that excess up, but what I'm going to do just for the speed and time, let's just take that away.
I'm pleased to say, Craig, just in time for you finishing the demonstration, we've found one.
You found one. Great, isn't it? Always a way to improvise.
Just in time.
So what I'm just doing, I'm still just going to add a wee bit of heat to dry it. I'm not going to put too much heat on in the fact of there's still potential that you could start to melt that stencil paste. But what I want to do is I want to do it enough so it dries on the background, and because the stencil paste starts to resist it, you can see that this is just kitchen roll. It's just picking up the ink from the dots. So let's just bring that one in. So we're starting to create a distressed effect, mixed media effect. This could be on our canvases or anything like that. Then all that we're going to do is let's bring in a box that's pre-made before we started. So it is 7.5 by 7.5, and all that I've just done is just scored at 1.5 inches all the way around to create the box, and obviously it used our box maker. So let's just quickly take these bits off. Now I can't remember which one is the lid in the base, so let's just assemble it anyway. Then what we'll do is we'll bring in that top, because that's going to be the top of our box. So it could be a nice wee gift, you know. You could change the colours, maybe use some of the other colours within the actual selection, and it would be good for maybe like Christmas. You know, you can maybe use your greens in that, and these dots could maybe be like berries if you use some of the reds or that.
Loads of different ways of using them. Loads of people letting us know about their Sunday morning routines as well, Craig. Suzette says, in the summer I'm waking up to a beautiful view of the ocean in our trailer running 14 cottages. That sounds very busy, doesn't it?
So nice, doesn't it?
Sarah Brown, I believe it's Sarah Brown in Melbourne, says, my Sundays are up coffee, rewatching Crafters TV and seeing things I missed while sitting on my couch. Sounds lovely. Nicole's just hit platinum. She says, from ordering off the last 2 shows that I missed, now I'm here, and should probably be taking advantage of that extra discount now, 25%. Bev says, I did the same during the week. The double points helped. It means this weekend I can order more because of that great discount. I'm liking your thinking, Bev. Also, more crafters have asked Craig, and you might want to do this a little bit later in the show, I reckon. Can Craig go back over the 3 wet glues that we have from Collau and just remind me which one does what?
Absolutely.
Should we do that in the second hour, Craig?
Of course we can,
yeah,
no problem
brilliant.
at all. We will do that one.
Awesome.
So what I'm just going to do now, apart from adding the tape to the back, I'm just going to bring in, so this is our Noir Black, this is our water reactive. You find all our different ink pads on the website. I'm just bringing in a blending tool. So what I'm just going to do is take some of that excess off and just lightly, just round the edge. Now there's a similar demonstration like this within the magazines where I took that inspiration from, and it just goes to show we take inspirations from it as well, but it's been made into a card. So you can follow it within the magazine, or you can of course just write down what I've done. So we're just going to leave it at that, and just shows you how much that black looks. Complete opposite from the pink, although you could use pink ink if you want. Then what I've just done is I've stamped out that stamp again. You see me do it in the first demo, so I won't redo it, but I just stamped it out just into white smooth stamping card that you can see there, and trimmed it. And I'm not going to matte and layer it with cardstock. I'm simply matting and layering these with the ink pad. So don't just think that matting and layering has to be done with card. It doesn't have to be. It could be using your inks, giving it a nice sweet layer. So then all that I'm just going to do now is pop that one to the side, pop that to the side. I'm just going to bring in a wee distress tool that we've got as well. So you could have a wee look on the website, and I'm going to distress all the edges. So I've done the black first so that it picks up the black, and then you start to get that white core coming through. So
that distresser is finally back in stock as well, Craig. You can get it in a core bundle with the scissors and also the pokey tools. It's available on the website at the moment, so definitely pop over there. I know it was out of stock for months and months, but it is back now, which is fantastic.
It is. It's such a good thing to have. If you have trouble distressing with it, what you can do is, if you do a technique like I've done where you've wet it, do your distressing while it's still a wee bit damp, and you'll find that just a wee bit easier to control. But I'm just going to go around the edges as well. And with the fingers that I'm holding it, fingers and thumb, I'm not worried too much if I bend or crack my sentiment, because obviously that will all add to that effect that I want. So then what I'm then just going to do is bring in my lid, and I'm just going to pop this over the top. You could then still come along, do what I done in the first demo with the corner die, and instead of using the sparkle or the coloured paper that we used to start with, this could be the back. So let's just pop that one on the top, and I'm pressing that into place. Then all that I'm just going to do is I'm just going to lightly just bend that over, and then let's just bring in a foam pad. Let's just snip that one down like that one. So that's just going to go over into that wee bit of a bend. Let's just bring in a wee bit of tape for there. You could use your wet glue that we will go over later on. So let's then just take that one off and take that one off. And then all that I'm doing is I'm just going to pop that there. I'm not going to do anything else to it. I'm just going to leave it just like that. Now that's obviously a box 7.5 by 7.5, and I scored at 1.5 to create a box. And that is all that I'm doing. I'm just leaving the box like that. You could decorate if you want, but just goes to show how you can create that stencil, not just with your inks or embossing it, use pastes and that as well.
Beautiful, really, really lovely way of using it. Again, remember 74 projects within the magazine that you're getting there, and you get the stencils, you get the stamps, you're going to get the die in there as well. You're getting £50 worth of crafty goodies for that incredible price of $9.99 or $19.95. Club Inspired Platinum members with the extra discount, remember, and you're going to get this for £7.50 or $15. Don't forget as well that you're going to get double points as well as that extra 5% discount, and you're going to get an additional 50 points, bonus points, with the magazine too, which is brilliant. So loads of reasons for you to grab this today. Right, the Gemini, very busy. It's our members mega deal, and it's a mega deal on the large Gemini and the small Gemini as well. You get £100, over £100 or $100 worth of goodies included this as well. In a few minutes, I'll run you through all the pricing, exactly what you're going to spend and how great the saving is. But first, I thought it would be wonderful if we heard from the Queen of Crafters Companion herself. Remember, the Gemini, over 250,000 sold. One of these sells around the world every 10 minutes. Here's Sarah to go through all the things that are so brilliant about our Gemini machines.
I cannot think of another die cutting machine in the market that will have sold even half the number that the Gemini has, right? So we've sold over 250,000 Geminis now worldwide, and you're probably already in that club, and for a lot of people it's owning all the Geminis in the family. The big one is the workhorse. That's the one that sits on the table, that if you notice when I'm using it during the day, when I'm here doing Crafters TV, it's the large Gemini I have with my junior plates. I have the Gemini Junior still because this is the one that I put in my craft tote and I take around with me. This is too heavy to be carrying around. This is your workhorse. This is the one that is coming out with you, or maybe it's just that I'm sitting crafting with the kids, so we're doing it at the kitchen table instead of in my craft room because I won't let them touch all the stuff in my craft room. This is the one that I bring downstairs and we all sit and work on. That's why a lot of people have both of the machines. Now, what I would say is, like you said, Joe, it's the professional craft people in the industry. So it's people who maybe get paid by other companies to promote their die cutting machines, and you'll see on TV, that's the die cutting machine they'll use. Then they'll be chatting to me in the green room saying, hey, I wouldn't be without your Gemini. It's what I do all my prep work with at home. And it's the speed and the accuracy and the fact that every time you cut, you get that sheer amount of pressure. Now, something I want you to understand is, we are not a machine company, right? Which is really important because most machine companies look to make their money out of selling machines. And also they'll have a game plan. They can't just be a one-trick pony and sell one machine. They'll bring a machine out and then a couple of years later they'll upgrade the machine. Then a couple of years later they'll upgrade it again. So you've got to go on that journey. A little bit like when you buy the latest phone. And 18 months later you need to buy the upgrade model, and 18 months later you're on the upgrade model again. That's not us. We're a die company. I want you all to buy hundreds and hundreds of my amazing dies. So we took the decision, which is quite a brave and bold one, that if we put all of the pressure we possibly can into every Gemini machine from the very first ones off the production line, they're made to the same specification now as they were 5 years ago. Once you invest in that machine and you have that machine home, you won't ever need to replace that. 5 years down the line, how many people now are still crafting with the Gemini machine they bought 5 years ago? And then we do the clever things like We knew that we were trying to work on the technology for the foil press, but what I didn't want is for the hundreds of thousands of people who bought a Gemini, then we bring foil press out and you've got to buy the upgraded Gemini machine which has the heat sensors in for you to be able to do it. So we just built heat sensors into every Gemini from the off, knowing we wanted to do that technology. Last year we brought double-sided dies out. So then we have all the technology. You need the pressure to work with the double-sided dies. All you need to buy extra is the plates, which are pennies, really, compared to the technology that you can do. Now, I know we've got new technology launching in October this week for our birthday event. It only is compatible with the large Gemini machine. And that's not because we're saying, oh, those of you that have the Junior, you don't count. It's the size of that technology. So the size, you need the larger opening. Your large Gemini machine is a 9-inch opening. The Junior is just a little smaller 6-inch opening. So if you have the Junior and you're going for the Gemini, let me tell you, at some point you will buy the other Gemini machine. At some point you will do away with whatever other die cutting machines you have. If you've got the little mini, then you've got the little quick ones ready to go. And then other than that, there's no other machine that you need. You'll disregard everything else. You will move over to Geminis at some point and never look back. So why not do it while we've got the £100 bundle of freebies in there? You get the extra 5% discount. So Platinum members, you are only paying 75% of the regular price. And also, you're getting double points, which is just going to take you to that next band for next year. And also, you're getting that £100 bundle of freebies. Plus, we're going to ship it to you for free. Plus, we're going to throw in the tote bag for free. Our members event is literally the best time to take advantage of big deals like this. That's why we've got the awesome offer on. That's why it's sold out halfway into the second show when it's supposed to be going all weekend. That's why I wouldn't let it sell out, and I'm going to just slightly change up the deal so that you don't need to miss out on it, because trust me, it is a deal not to be missed out on.
All the details there of our brilliant Gemini machine. I think there's so many reasons why they are the go-to cutting machine of choice, not just amongst crafters, but amongst experts in the industry as well. I just want to reaffirm how amazing the value is here. So you get everything you would include as normal. So as normal, you get in here the magazine that you can see, or you've got the instruction manual, your 2 clear cutting plates, you get the magnetic shim, the metal shim, the purple shim, and you'd also get the plastic shim in there as well. You would then get your 3 dies, so you get your embossing folder. You've then also got 4 other dies. You've got some nesting dies in there too, so you can see all that there. Then what you're getting is over £100 or $100 worth of freebies in here as well. And we're going to give you a signature embossing folder. You're also going to get a creator card. You're going to get an edgeable stamped die, some flourishes, some borders, some more of our signature dies in there. Sentiment dies, stamps and dies, double-sided dies, and you're even getting some nesting multimedia dies as well, which is fantastic. All of that included. Now, the saving, which everyone's going to get, is £105.90 or $153.50. You get that saving whether you go for the Gemini or you go for the Gemini Junior, which is fantastic. That means it gets you to the price you can see there on your screen. Everyone's getting an extra 5% off, and I know so many of you are Platinum members already. So if you are going for the big machine as a Platinum member, you will get an extra $44.99 or $62.48 off of that price. It means that Platinum members can get the large Gemini for £135 or $187. Same discount applies to the Gemini Junior. Price there on your screen, $139.99 or $199.95. Platinum members are going to get an extra $34.99 or $49.98 off of that, making it £105 for the Junior as a Platinum member in the UK or $149.97. Also worth noting that you will get double points. You get the points on the full price as well, not the price you pay, if that makes sense. So even if you're a Platinum member, you'll get 139 points opposed to 105 points, which is brilliant. Also, the other great thing is we're going to ship it to you totally free of charge if you're here in the UK or you are over in the US. So free shipping and handling. The other thing just to bear in mind, if you're going for it in the US, the machine will come from our US warehouse, the freebies will come from our UK warehouse. So don't be alarmed if they turn up separately for you. The other thing I just wanted to share with you as well that are on the show, let me just grab them from down here, are the metal shims, because they are very, very busy. There's a 3-pack of them available on the website. One of the busiest items actually all weekend. You get 3 of them, half price, $14.98 if you want to go for the Gemini machine. If you want to go for the junior ones, you've still got a half price deal on the Trio, $10.48 or $11.92 if you want to go for those. So many people I know upgrading this weekend from that Gemini Junior to the large machine. Some people going, someone we spoke to the other day had 2 large Geminis and 2 Gemini Juniors, which is quite unbelievable. It shows you, testament to how much people love these machines. Right, we've got some outline dies for you on the show. Now, there's a few smaller bundles. There is a larger bundle available. Oh, so I thought my contact lens was about to come out there. That's the strangest thing. Right, let's start with this. This one here is your pretty florals, as you can see just there. That comes along with this one here, which is the Majestic Hummingbird. Really gorgeous. £23 or $29 if you want to go for that duo. The next one you've got is this one here, which is the Butterfly Garden, and that comes along with the Dancing Schmetterlings as well. So that is your second option. A third option gets you this one with a cute little birdie on it. And that comes along with In Full Bloom, which is that gorgeous floral one that you can see just there. I know we're not allowed favourites, we're not meant to have them. However, I've got one in this collection. It is this one here. I absolutely adore the bees. So on trend at the moment. And that one comes along with the succulent as well. The sweet succulent, which you can see is that lovely cactus that you've got just there. However, I know what a lot of you will be saying, well, Joe, I want to go for all of them. And the thing is, if you do go for all of them, you absolutely can. £87 or $109 is the best way to get the best value. Should be $159.92 in the UK, so you've got a great saving, over 40%. It should be $199.60 in the US, down to $109. The great thing is as well, you can still use that Club Inspire discount on there. And also remember, everyone that places an order of £40 or $40 or more will also get the fabulous tote as well. Expertly modelled, if I may say so myself, by me. So yeah, make sure you're getting those. We've been speaking to people that have got 5 and 6 of these on the way after this event. Remember, this is the last day of our event as well, so if you want to grab all of the goodies that are in it, then today is your day. Right, Craig, what do you want to share with us next?
So we're going to show you those outline dies, and we're going to be using the In Bloom. So for this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you kind of like how they're intended, how they look, keeping it nice and simple, but it shows you how effective they are. So let's bring in our full bloom, and I've just got some smooth green card from my stash, but it will die cut your matte card, your mirror card, glitter card, adorable scoreable, all your different cards. And it will let also, just to say as well, if you do have the Gemini Junior, these dies as well as the corner die within the magazine will go through your Junior as well. So what I've just done is I've just taken just a piece of that green cardstock, and I'm just going to just tape this down. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop it up towards the top, just so that it doesn't have to go all the way through. Then it's our wafer thin die, so it's our plastic shim, magnetic shim, and then our top cut and plate. So what we can do is just run this through. Now, these dies, these are, the idea of these came from many years ago. I know some people still use them now. It's the peel-offs. You know, you used to get really small sentiments, or you would get obviously designs, flowers, butterflies, and they were in the gold or the silver peel-offs. Well, this is where this has come from, but we've just updated it. You know, we've gone all out. We've made them bigger. We've made them extravagant in many ways. So it's that style, but then they're great for doing your paper piecing as well. You can do that. You can do all your different things. So I don't need this outline one, so let's just tear that off. So you can see you've got all those bits as well, so you can see how well it would look. If you were to do what I've done, die cut it and stick it onto acetate, bring in any of your alcohol markers and you can start to colour your acetate, or use your double-sided adhesive sheets. Use, if you manage to get any gilding flakes, use your glitters. You could use all of these. So what we can do is if I just bring in a piece of white cardstock, just so that you can see that outline, I think what I'll also just do is I've done another one in black, so that'll give you a better idea. So satisfying, just even colouring them, sticking them onto white cardstock and just colouring them in. So whether it's with your sparkle pens, it could be with your sparkle pots and a paintbrush, you could absolutely do that. So what I'm going to do, you could make it a 5x7 card. I've left it a traditional kind of like A5 card, but I've changed it so the fold is at the top. Now what I've done, when it comes to that excess, I had measured it all beforehand just to show you that I have used my original excess as one of my mats and layers. And the reason I haven't stuck it together is because I want you to show. So this was the one that I die cut through, but it's also going to be my mat and layer because I didn't want to waste it. So you can see it's going to cover it up and no waste. However, the reason again I've not stuck it together is sometimes that could be a bit flimsy to mat and layer. Now if you've got your glues that will go over, you can use that. Alternatively, what you can do with your double-sided tape is just lift up the corners and just turn them over, and then that just gives you a lot more wiggle room because obviously most of it's still covered with the backing and you've just got that wee bit of exposed tape all the way around. So that gives us time, as you can see, I can move it about. That gives me time when I'm happy that it's in place. I am just going to press into the corners. So happy there, so press, press, press. So that secures all corners. See how I've actually just buckled this up. So what I can do is just gently pop that up and then reapply it. So that's a nice easy way of doing it. And then all that you would need to do is just go all the way around and just peel all these bits. And then what you would do with this corner where it's just popped underneath, just get in with your pokey tool and then you're just going to pick that double-sided tape just away. So you don't need to worry. It's still just there and you just pull it away. So if you are like me, you like your double-sided tape, you can still use these ones and do that technique. So let's just layer these ones all up. I love how you get your coordinated stamps with these as well. So you know they've got different sentiments with them, nice short sentiments, but meaningful ones. So let's just pop that one on just there. So then I've got just another layer. This is just our white smooth cardstock. Foam pads on the back to lift it up. Then what I'm going to do is bringing in my die cut in full bloom that we've done in the green and also one that I've already done in black. And you know who's making...
You've been very, what's the word, Craig? Help me. You've
frugal?
Been very frugal.
Frugal?
Oh, had a bit of a mind slip there for a moment. Yes, frugal. Because I'm used to working with Sarah and Craig, she just... You know, brings the next one in. She says that she wouldn't do it at home.
Very
I trust that she wouldn't do it at home.
And it's your own stash. You're very frugal yourself, aren't you? Look.
What's this? Oh, it's Brenda.
She's back.
She is
New Brenda's back. However...
Do you know Debbie thought she'd broken Brenda yesterday. She didn't realise Brenda was collapsible.
Yeah,
that's old Brenda.
It's old Brenda, but you know she's not retired just yet. I'll still use old Brenda.
Oh,
you know.
I'm glad you're giving old Brenda some love.
Yeah, absolutely. So what I'm going to do is just going to turn them over. So if you've got your double-sided adhesive sheets, then of course you could use them ones. Dotty tape runners, you can use them. So all that I'm just going to do, just some adhesive, just giving that a second or two just to let that evaporate slightly.
If you want some great deals as well, Craig, we've got some great sprays, haven't we, tomorrow night on Monday Makers. So make sure you join myself and Craig for that show if you want even some sparkly sprays as well.
I know, because it's like all weekend as well as tomorrow. Myself and Debbie, it's like ships that pass in the night. We've briefly seen each other yesterday. I think it's the same tomorrow, isn't it? It's Debbie tomorrow morning.
Debbie in the morning, indeed,
yeah. And then I'm later on in the day.
Evening. It's been a lovely few days having you both here with us, which is really enjoyable.
It's been nice. It's been really nice. So all that I'm just going to do is I'm going to pop the black layer on just first. So popping that one on. So you could just leave it with the black layer or just the green layer, but I'm just going to create just an off shadow. So what I always do is holding it in my fingers, I place it right over the top, then I just pull it down to the bottom right ever so slightly, and then I just press to commit that into place. That gives us a nice
really
black shadow. It's so effective, really is worthwhile doing. Then I've just got a strip of white smooth stamping card, and then this is where we've got all these really nice sentiments. So a few, you've got today is all about you, to a dear friend, thinking of you today and always, thanks a bunch, as well as so much more. So let's just take, what one will we take? Let's go for today is all about you.
Rosalind on Facebook says, I'm going to make a mini Brenda and call her Betty.
Betty.
We could have a whole range.
Lots of bees, eh?
Lots. Brenda, Betty, Beryl.
Yeah. So you can't
Beyonce.
You can't say Betty without that old comedy.
Oh,
can you?
Betty, the cat's had a
Betty.
whoopsie on the carpet. Yes.
So-
Is that a show called? Some others do have them.
That's right,
very
yeah.
good show. Did you know, Craig, he was also the original Phantom of the Opera, that guy?
I did not know that.
you not
No.
know that? Yeah, I know.
Did not know that at all. So what I love about these as well is they're nice and small. So yeah, you know, really large, substantial sentiments work really well. But it's just nice, subtly sentiment to have sometime. So of course, I've got my layers all ready to go. So let's just pop these up, and then that's all that I'm going to do is add the sentiment. You could add a few gems, accents if you want. It's entirely up to yourself. But what I'm just going to do, using the same green, let's just pop that over the top. So let's just press that into place, and then I'm going to pop this onto the black. We're going to overlay this into the on top of the actual die cut outline die, and that's all that we're going to do. So I've kept it green, just obviously with keeping in mind the flowers or the foliage, but you could do any colour that you want. But I've just left it this way, as this is how obviously it's intended, you know, to have your outline die. Pop it to the bottom. At the bottom, I like to just overlay that over the sentiment, like say maybe 3 gems or something at the bottom, but that is all that I'm doing with that one. And you can see how effective it can be just using the one die, shadow it slightly, and that's all that you need to do. Come along, colour it, shade it, sparkle it, all these different things as well.
Fantastic. So much that you're going to be able to do with those. Let me just recap exactly what you're getting in here in these collections as well, because there's loads in them. You've also got, so you've got 3 different collections for you. So the first collection has got pretty florals in there, and it's also got the hummingbird as well. So there's your pretty florals. And then this one here is your hummingbird, as you can see. Individually, or as a duo, I should say, £23 or $29 if you want to get those. The next one is all about the schmetterlings. You've got the butterfly garden, and you also then have this one here, which is your dancing butterflies. What's dancing in German?
You would think I would know.
Tanzender Schmetterling. You then got your third one, which is this one just here, which is your little birdie in the foliage there, and that's coming along with In Full Bloom, which is that glorious floral one that you've got. You've then got Beautiful Bees, which is gorgeous. I really love that one, and that is coming along with this one here, which is your beautiful succulents. Now, if you want to get them all, you want to get all 8 of them, you've got a brilliant deal, because £87 is your price, saving you a whacking great $69.92. In the US, $109, saving you $90.60, which is amazing value for money. Everyone's going to get even more off. Everyone's going to get double points as well, which is great. And remember, you'll all get that free tote as well included there, which is fantastic. Now, we need to go back to the sparkle pens. Very busy. This is how they're going to come packaged to you. So they come in 6 pieces, which is brilliant, as you can see just here. Now let me take you through the colours that you've got. What I would say is about our sparkle pens, you need to get them home and see just how sparkly they are for yourself, because I don't feel like we do them justice sometimes on TV. But if you get them in the right light, you see how it's beautifully sparkly. So that one there is your Coastal Cottage, and in Coastal Cottage you're going to receive linen, peach tree, sea spray, magnolia, and cornflower blue. This one is your vintage tones, and in here you're going to get teacup, macaroon, biscuit, sage, peony, and the fig. This one is your spring summer. Now in here you've got pink champagne, moonlight, soft jade, solar red, emerald green, and blue topaz. This one is your autumn winter. That's going to give you smoke quartz, olive jade, harvest moon, starry sky, and holly leaf. You're also going to get the nature trail, which has mushroom, lilac, watermelon, lichen, and sunshine. And you've got firefly, tangerine, barn red, orchid, pink lemonade, and cotton candy. $74.97, $98.85. It's a half price deal. You're going to get even more off if you're in the club. What I would say is, I know Craig's going to touch on these in this show. These are going to be in our Second Chance Sunday show later as well with the lovely Debbie Robinson. So I know she's got some more elaborate demonstrations planned in that show. She's going to do, Craig, I've asked her and she said yes, she's going to do the shaving foam demo, which I just...
Yeah, you've never seen that before. It's awesome. It
blows my mind. So make sure you join us for that. And that is also kind of like the end of our members event, the Second Chance Sunday. And you were going to be bringing back all of the great deals that you've had over the event. It's going to be a really, really amazing show, packed full of great deals and demonstrations. Right, what's next, Craig?
Right, we're going to use the pretty petals for this one, but what we're going to do just shortly is show you how you can snip away some elements. So you've got the flower head on its own. I've also taken from our floral garden, so I've taken the cotton candy, firefly and pink lemonade. So what I'm then just going to do is let's just bring in just a piece of watercolour card. So it is 5.5 by 3.5, so it just goes to show that you can still make small cards as well with the outline dies. So all that I'm just going to do is take in just a bit of water in our paintbrush. Let's just go over the top. So I'm just going to give that just a coating of water. Let's just give a wee bit more. Now you can still absolutely do all the different techniques such as your salt technique, all these different ones with your, you know, if you want to use cling film or the shaving foam, you can do all these different techniques still with the actual sparkle pens. But what I'm just going to do is I've used the pink lemonade to the top, cotton candy to the middle, and then let's go for the firefly towards the bottom. So I'm just getting some of that ink just out. Then actually let's add just a wee bit more along the top. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come along just again with my paintbrush and water. I'm just going to dab just a wee excess off, and then I'm just going to work all the way down and just start to blend the colours in. So even just dabbing excess off, and I can go straight over all the way down. So I'm just blending them in. So we're going from a deeper tone, working our way all the way down. You can still, if you want, just add a wee bit more, just intensing just at the top. Work your way down, just starting to blend, obviously, these three colours on their own. That's all that I'm going to do with that one. You can go far and beyond when it comes to techniques with the sparkle pens or pots. Lots of tuition and inspiration on our YouTube, so you can check them out. Don't forget, you can still just keep it really quick and simple. So then let's just give this just a blast of heat just to at least start to dry it off. And then what we're also going to do is bring in a piece of black cardstock. Now with the outline dies, I do tend to use a lot of black cardstock to die cut them out because I just think it really makes them stand out even more. However, again, as I said earlier, you can still die cut using, you know, your glitter card, matte card, mirror card. You can do it into acetate in that as well if you want to colour your acetate. So you can still do all of those mediums. Maybe then if you want to die cut into acetate, or maybe you're into your soft crafts, definitely stock up with those metal sheets, because you would use those metal shims when it comes to cutting acetate or any of your fabric.
Talking of acetate, I think it was Evelyn over on socials asked any tips for keeping alcohol inks on acetate, Craig?
Alcohol inks on acetate?
Colouring acetate, getting them set. I think she's having a problem with them sort of sliding off.
You shouldn't have a bother with alcohol pens. You know, if you're using the Classics or tri-blend pens, there shouldn't be an issue that I am aware of. Never had an issue, I've not heard of that one before. What to do is give myself a message on Facebook, on my Facebook wall, and we'll see if we can work that one out, because that is a new one to me, but we'll certainly have a think.
Awesome.
If you are using, you know, your sparkle pens or that, what you would do is pop some sparkle onto your glass mat, add a bit of our tacky glue, give it a mix, and then you can paint with that onto acetate, and that will hold that on if you're using like a sparkle or aqua. So then what I'm just going to do is let's bring in our black card, and I've just got a card base as well. So then let's bring in a smaller piece of black card.
Jan is saying, you know, Jan in Ravello. I went and met Jan in Ravello for a coffee when I was over in Italy, Craig. She lives in the most beautiful place.
I've seen a
lovely
couple of
little
photos,
coffee in the piazza. Jan had a small prosecco. It was her anniversary as well, and she still came to meet me in the piazza. How lovely! She just says hi. She says, "I love the new decorative outline dies. Will be great to cut thick and use as stencils." I guess it would. Could you cut something like Doflex with these, Craig?
You could do, yeah. So either, absolutely, use the die on their own as a, well, kind of like a stencil instead of just die cutting. Alternatively, yeah, die cut multiple layers in cardstock, your black card, it could be craft, even white, and then layer them upon each other. So maybe maybe 3 or 4 layers, and then that's going to create, it's a bit of a chipboard effect. Then you could use that on its own. If you like to do your mixed media, then of course you could gesso that over the top. Alternatively, run it through with your embossing mat and it becomes a bit of a stencil, and that works well as well.
Wonderful. I've got loads of comments and questions, Craig, coming in. I think we'll get to the end of this demonstration, then we'll do a little bit of a Q&A, if that's all right. I've got loads to get through from both Facebook and YouTube. So everyone's chatting away on us. It's a very social Sunday today. I think that's what we need to nickname them here on Crafters TV, you know.
So what I'm doing is, if I just take these away, I wasn't being overly concerned about cutting over the edge, because what I'm going to do is trim this. So then let's just take these bits out. Now what I'm going to do is let's move all these bits, get a bit tidy. So I'm just going to use my scissors. So all that I'm wanting to do is take away this outside area, this outside frame. So I just want to leave the flower on its own. So all that I'm just going to do is I'm just going to follow the line. So it's snipping away these ones. So I'm going to do it so I've got the full flower. However, you could have just the flower heads. You could maybe take some of the foliage leaves out if you wanted to. But I'm just following the line, just taking that away so it can be a standalone flower. So snip that away. So then we need to come down to the bottom and let's snip that one. And we can snip there, and snip there. So really all that it is just taking away that outside frame. So snip all these wee bits out, get into this last couple, and then we're going to bring in Brenda again. Alternatively, you could have die cut this through onto your double-sided adhesive sheets, or if you got those double-sided adhesive black sheets with the arched windows, you could be using that as well. That'd be a good one if you managed to get hold of them.
Awesome.
So there we go. I'm just going to snip that out. Now that gives us our flower. So let's just take away that wee bit as well. And then that's us. So we've now gone from a framed flower to just a flower on its own. Let's bring in Brenda. Let's bring in new Brenda so she doesn't feel
new Brenda.
left out.
Yeah, Debbie yesterday was like, oh, what am I like? It collapsed basically after she got it out, and she was convinced that she'd broken it. She didn't realise it was collapsible. Oh, how we laughed, Craig.
Oh, I could imagine as well, thinking that she'd broken Brenda. So let's just leave that a second or two just to let it evaporate again. We can then layer these ones up. So let's take our tape. So we're just going to add our tape to the back, and I don't know if I'm actually going to add any foam pads to this, Joe. Do you know that?
Craig, shut the front door.
I think I'm going to stamp our sentiment, but I'm actually thinking keeping it all on one level for a change.
What was it you did yesterday that shocked me as well? You didn't add a sentiment yesterday.
Was it a matte and layer?
Oh, that was it. You didn't add a matte and layer. And today you're not adding a foam pad.
I know. I'm going rogue.
You really are. So I don't know who you are anymore.
Things that happen, eh? So let's just take that one off, and then we can then bring in our card blank. So we're going to pop that over the top. So let's go for, will I get that off? There we go. I want to go for the pink at the top.
Jan says, Jan's posted a picture of a white flag, and she said, oh my, I give up. I'm going to have to go and buy these off to shop. Jan has somehow worked out to do like really great emojis in the comments, but no one else has worked out how to do it, only Jan. I'm very, very impressed, Jan.
Really? I need to have a look at that then, yeah, see how you do that. Now, I've created that background. Nothing is stopping you from going back and adding more colour and more definition to the leaves if you want with the sparkle paint. Let's just do one just to kind of show you. So you could just go in with your sparkle pen. If you wanted to make it a bit deeper all the way around, you can do. And then let's bring in the lighter tone, because don't forget you can still use all these lighter ones, all these different shades to pull in the colour, and then you can just accent all these up, just blending them in, that you can see just there. So you can imagine if you were to do that all the way around, so that's just one, I'm not going to do it all, but you know, you don't just have to leave it as it is. Do bring in extra colour. You could go over the top if you want with maybe some tri-blend pens, adding some extra. Maybe you've got some of the pencils as well, that would look quite smart. So once again, I've just taken a strip of white smooth cardstock. Let's go for With Much Love. We're just going to stamp that one on the own. These are also good sentiments, Joe, to use as standalone, maybe with other crafty projects. You don't just have to use them with these outline dies. You might just want to have them nearby at your crafty desk and just use them for whenever you need. So let's just kind of straighten that up. Then let's just bring in our, I'm just going to use our alcohol proof, because I'm not going to be adding any colour of that to the top. Just bringing that in into the middle. I'm going to be popping that just there. I'm very much into strips of them at the moment, of sentiments. I like just little strips. So we can take the back end off that I've pre-popped up. Let's pop that mat out the way to make it easier. Again, bit of black card just to layer that one on, and then what we're going to do is, again, we can just pop that on top of our sentiment. We could add a bit of colour to the sentiment with the sparkle inks, but I'm not going to. Let's just bring in our background, and then let's just take the backing off, and I'm just going to pop that. This time I think let's bring it towards the bottom. So I'm going to bring it down to there, and that's all that I'm just going to do. Leave it like that, but then again you could then colour in all the petals or leave it the way that it was, and then it just goes to show that you don't have to use it as a frame. You can snip into it, you can create your backgrounds. I've used the sparkles, but if you've got water reactive ink pads, of course you could use them. Maybe paper pads, use the paper pads instead if you so wish. So many different options, love them.
Yeah, brilliant. Really, really effective. Loads of different ways to get hold of them as well. Now, you can go for them in their duos if you want to go for them in their duos, or you can get them all together. Let me whiz through the different options that you've got when it comes to these. So the first one is the Hummingbird collection. You get the pretty petals along with the hummingbird there, £23 or $29. The next one you've got is all about the schmetterlings. Is the butterfly collection with the butterfly garden along with the dancing butterflies. Again, all of these duos, £23 or $29. The next one is the birdie collection, and it's got the little birdie in there and the in full bloom. And then finally the outline bee collection with the beautiful bees and the sweet succulent. Best way to get the best value, however, is to go for the large collection, £87 or $109. It's a 45% saving, and you're going to get absolutely loads off of that, which is amazing. Right, I'm going to remind you of the Gemini deal in just a second. I do just want to get into a few of these comments. There are absolutely loads of you chatting away all across our socials. Bev Card says, I've got every single Gemini machine that there is. The Mini is a great little workhorse. My grandson loves using the small ones. Anyone sat on the fence will just get it. You won't be disappointed. Evelyn says, after years of only working with the Junior, upgraded yesterday to the big Gemini. It's amazing. Hi, Craig and Gemini Joe. I love that. What a great nickname. Cannot wait for the magazine to arrive this week. Loving all the inspiration from Craig. Thank you, Craig, for telling us out loud the sandwiches you use for each thing. I really appreciate that. It helps a lot. And work it, Joe. You guys are so fun. Oh, you're too kind.
Thank you.
Nicole. Evelyn's comment we already got to. Cynthia suggests a name suggestion still coming in for our new spray boxes. Bernard and Bob seem to be, or Bianca, all seem to be great ones. Loads of you suggesting lots of those. Loads of Michael Crawford tips coming in as well, which is brilliant. Cecilia says she loves the outline dies. She's got the bees and the succulents. They're both great for masculine cards, not gender or occasion specific. That is a really good point. We got the Evelyn's comment done already. Love seeing the blending, Craig. Looks brilliant, says Pafloyd. Miss Gibson says, are the sparkle pens new colours? They are not. They're just in a new half-price configuration for you. Melissa says, these are lovely dies. Make me think of a nice warm spring day in the park with all of the beautiful flowers. And Karen says she's going to go platinum by the end of the day. Congratulations, Karen. Very, very busy on the Gemini machine. Remember, you're getting over £100 or $100 worth of free product, whether you go for the large machine or you go for the Junior. Club Inspire Platinum members can get the large Gemini with the freebies today for £135 or $187. If you want to go for the Junior and you're a Club Inspire Platinum member, you can get it for £105 or $149.97. However, it is part of our members event. That members event that's also giving you extra 5% discount. It's giving you double points, and you're going to get that free tote bag as well included too. However, if you want to get the Gemini, you want to get it at this price, you need to get it today because the members event ends at the end of today. If you're new to us here and you're not familiar with all the details of our brilliant club, here's Sarah to take you through them.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the Crafty makes. We'll send you a completely free quarterly Digimag direct into your inbox, giving you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, additional offers and some sneaky behind the scenes gossip from the team. So what are you waiting for? Become a member of our club today.
All the details there of Club Inspire, which is a great club to be in because you get even more discount across all the things that you love. Right, we need to remind you of the magazine. Let me just grab mine from over here because it is so incredibly busy. There you can see absolutely everything that you're getting included, which is brilliant. Now, the magazine itself has got 74 different projects within here, which is fantastic. So you're going to get those included. You get those in the box, which is brilliant. And you're also getting all of the hardware that you need as well. So you're getting that die that you can see there. I mean, you pay not far off the cost of the magazine just for the die alone. The magazine as a whole has got £50 worth of crafty goodies in there. You're going to get the stamps, you're going to get the stencils, of course, in there as well, along with the magazine and the die as well. Now, as well as all that, there is also a fantastic digital download that has over 650 printable elements for you as well. The great thing, of course, about the magazine that it's going to feature a lot of the products that we've recently launched, which is brilliant. It's also featuring some of the download in there, even a little sneaky peek to some of the upcoming products. But if you're just lacking inspiration, it is a great stash rediscoverer because you can use all of the techniques that you have learned in here across all of your different crafty products that you have, which is brilliant. So you've got absolutely all of it in there, which is wonderful. Do grab it. It is packed full. And there's other great thing as well. I know there's a lot of like craft magazines that you get and they are just packed full of adverts. This one isn't. You can meet the quiz. A lovely little introduction from Sarah. She's done a lovely little article in here about Crafters TV and what she gets up to with the boys. It's an amazing magazine on its own. And remember, we are the first retailer to launch it as well. It is not available anywhere else at the moment, only from us here exclusively on Crafters TV. So make sure you grab it. Now, someone's been sending us in pictures. Sean has sent us in some pictures of stuff that he's made with the previous editions of our Crafters Inspiration magazine. So lots of beautiful things he's been sending us. Oh, this is lovely, Craig, isn't it?
Oh, that's really nice. Now look at that. So I remember that one with the borders and stamps that work together. So that was just one border strip of the die, and then he's created that within the frame. I love that.
Really, really lovely. Sean also sending in that lovely love heart there as well. That looks fantastic. Really, really gorgeous. Thank you for that. If you want to send us in any more photos, absolutely, you can do that. And you can do that by emailing studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Right, Craig, what's next?
So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the magazine. We're going to focus on the stamp. We're going to show you how you can make a card just using the stamp set, as well as one of the printable papers on the download. So what we're going to do, originally, I started what I'd done last night because I needed it to dry. However, I had done it with our water reactive ink pads, which was the fuchsia. I'll show you that result, but I'm going to change it slightly, and we're going to use the sparkle pens again. You could use the pot, and I'm going to use the pink lemonade. I know I used that just a moment ago. However, at least with the pink lemonade, I had that one to hand, and it's roughly the same colour as the fuchsia. So I have got my stamp onto my medium platform. Then what I'm going to do is bring our stamping mat, and again, I have got my watercolour card. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my sparkle pen. So I'm going to go over the top and I'm going to colour. So this is a good way if you want to add a dash of colour to a sentiment stamp, because you don't just have to do this with your actual sentiment stamps that I've got just here. You could be doing what I'm away to do with any of your stamps that you've got at home. I just want to make sure we've got a nice set coverage over the top. Then I did find my spritz set bottle that had water in it.
Someone was suggesting that the one in your pocket might have vodka in it, Craig. It doesn't have vodka in it.
Not for this time on a Sunday. Yeah. Oh, awkward. So all that I'm just going to do now is I'm just going to press. So because I've spritzed with the water, that's going to give us a real distressed background. Now, a lot of it you won't necessarily be able to read, and don't worry, that is the intention. So what I'm going to do is just press. So we're going to bring in our heat tool. So let's just get rid of my stamping mat. And then by heating it up, you're also going to start to blow some of the colour away. So I've just started it. Then what I want to do is I want to go back just with my water, my spritz, and I'm going right in because I really want to get that to bleed out, that you can see just there, maybe even more. Really, the kind of way that you want it to be is for it to be unreadable. Now that might not make any sense, but it will just shortly. So I'm not going to stand and dry this off completely because I have done one that I done last night. The only difference is I used our water reactive ink pad, which is a fuchsia, but this is exactly how I've done it, exactly the same. So all that I'm just going to do is let's just leave it just there. So then what I can do is if I move that one to the side, let's bring kitchen roll. You could then take up any of that excess. Then what you're wanting it to kind of look like is this. So you're starting to get, there's some parts that are readable that you can see down at the bottom here, but you've got parts there that's just readable, some you can't even read, because then what we're going to do, let's bring in our stamping mat again, let's bring in our stamp. Now let's just get rid of the water, but also get rid of the excess. You can do second generation stamps, so because you've got that ink on it, keep stamping on it cardstock until it's gone, and you'll get a lot of nice different effects. So let's just make sure that it's dry enough. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in our waterproof ink pad. This is our Noir Black. So you don't want it to be neat and precise. However, if you wanted it to be, if you've got our magnetic stamping platform, then this would work well for that one. So all that I'm now going to go is go over the pure black and then just give that a good coverage. Bringing in our card again. I'm not sure, can you see where I'm going with this, Joe?
Yeah, I really like this idea, Craig.
So then, what I'm going to do again, I'm going to stick my head in the way just for a moment. I'm just going to kind of get it on top, but I'm not too bothered if it's not exact. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to press to commit. So what you're going to do is you're going to get all that sentiment. It's going to be one whole background that we're going to create. But what you're going to get is you're going to get a bit of explosion of colour all the way around. So we're just going to press that into place, remove that, then look at that effect.
That's
just there.
amazing, Craig.
I absolutely love doing this technique. And again, it just doesn't have to be with this one. Any of your stamps, you could be doing this technique. So then what I'm going to do, let's take that one off. Again, a card blank. And this again is just one of the downloads that I printed off. If you're just tuning in, I didn't do anything different with my printer. Bog standard printer, didn't change the settings, nothing at all. And it is our white smooth stamping card. Just to say though, my printer is one of those where the paper goes in at the back and out. So if you've got one of those printers, you know, where the card goes in and then reverses back out, it will work, because I have had a previous one. You might just need to help it go in, but it will work. But mine is one of those that just the card goes in from the back. So then let's just bring in our adhesive, and then all that I'm just going to do, take these ones off. And because this is a sentiment background, Joe, I'm not actually going to add anything else to it. I'm going to leave it as it is. So we're going to pop that one over the top. Then for this one, let's just bring in some pads. And we're going to lift that up with a bit of height. You can add some gems, maybe some ribbon if you want. You could go around the corner with a wee bit extra ink. It's entirely up to yourself. But it goes to show that you can make real detailed cards, real extravagant cards, or you can keep them really quite simple. So let's just bring this one in. And then again, what we could do, if you wanted to, is add that on. I'm just going to pop it just at an angle. You could come in with one of the other sentiments from that sheet, snip it out, place it over the top, but nothing at all am I going to do extra. I'm leaving it at that. That goes to show how you can use that background all in one. You could go around the edges with your inks if you wanted to, maybe your black inks, but you don't have to do much at all. And I just love that effect using the stamp. You can see you've got that ink all the way around, that bit of explosion. So that one that I've just done there is using the Fuchsia water reactive ink pad, but I've done it exactly the same with the sparkle pen. I would have just dried it off just a wee bit more. So then that's how you can add that colour to the back of your stamps.
Beautiful, really, really gorgeous, Craig, and so much that you're going to be able to do. Remember, 74 projects within that magazine, which is fantastic, and you're getting as well all of those different freebies in there too, which is brilliant. So you're going to get that wonderful embossing folder. You're going to get the stencil. You could use a stencil as an embossing folder if you wanted to. You're also going to get in there your stamps, and you're going to get also that wonderful die in there as well. Right, loads still to get through on this show. We've had some pictures in, I believe. Mary Clough has sent this one in to us. It is her and also Tegan and Riley as well. How adorable do they all look? Tegan has made a clay figure of me.
You out.
It is uncanny. Now, who else is... Look who's photobombed the
other
photo in the background. The other Brenda.
We're going to have a big list of Brendas, aren't we?
Oh,
I love that.
That is so much fun. So thank you so much for that. That's Mary and Tegan and Riley all watching along with us there. I absolutely love it. Everyone getting their family involved, which is absolutely fantastic. Loads of you. I'm so glad that you have loved and are enjoying the weekend shows that we bring to you, which is brilliant. Right, we're going to go back to the outline dies to finish the show. I'm just going to quickly run through exactly what's included. 4 smaller collections for you. So in the first collection you get the pretty floral that comes along with the hummingbird as well, which is this one just here. The next collection for you, this is the butterfly garden, and that is coming along with the dancing butterfly. So all the butterflies for you there if you want to go for that, on £23 or $29 for all 4 of these smaller collections. We've got the birdie one just here, and that is coming along with the in full bloom, as you can see just there. And then the 4th and final one for you, I think we've kept the best till last, to be honest, is the beautiful bees. And as you can see, they're really lovely, and that is coming along with your succulent, sweet succulent as well. If you want to get them all together, the best way to get the best value is to get the best fun, should I try that again? The best way to get the best value is to get the bigger bundle, which is what everyone is doing. £87 or $109. Now you're saving here $69.92 or $90.60, which is great. Remember, you can all get the extra 5% off on top of your already great Club Inspired discount. You'll get double points as well. So you'd get what, 87 points in the UK. So that'd be 174 points in the UK, or 218 points if you're in the US. And also you're going to get the tote, because if you're spending over £40 or $40, only for the rest of today, however, you'll be able to get that Keep Calm and Craft On members tote, which is brilliant. Now, I know Craig has got another demonstration plan with those gorgeous outline dies. I think I can see some, are they sparkle inks I can see over there, Craig?
Yeah, I thought we'll go with the pots this time. So the sparkle pots I'm using for this one is the Forest Glade. So this is going to be like a par demo, because I know we're running out of time, but I wanted to show you this one. So all that I've done is using Black Centura Pearl. I've already cut out that outline die that you can see just there. So that one was the Butterfly Garden. I've already just sprayed some adhesive onto the back. This is watercolour card again, and I've used a lot of watercoloured card because obviously we're being using a lot of water-based products. So what I can do is just bringing in a paintbrush, and then we're going to use the, I always pick the one I can never say, Lichen, is it Lichen?
I think it is Lichen,
Lichen and Heartside, we're using that one. So what you're doing, exactly the same, you can use the sparkle pens if you want, it's just a different way to, what's the word? Pop them onto your card. I'm going to use the paintbrush in a moment. So what I'm just doing is taking a small paintbrush, and let's take the lids off. So you can now start to colour in between the lines. So we're starting to actually use the colouring way. So you can, instead of having maybe it's a stamped image or that, we've now got that same effect, but we've used the outline dies. So let's just take some of that excess off. So I'm going to press that, make sure. So I'm just going to bring these ones out. So what I'm then just going to do is, I'm just going to start to just colour in. So I'm just going to add some of the colour towards the bottom. So I'm just going to add all of these all the way around. So I'm just going to add that bit of intense colour.
Are you hearing this conversation, Craig?
I am, yeah. I'm trying to think.
Do you know what Laura's talking about? I can't, I don't think I can remember them. So apparently there used to be like a board with a raised felt outline, and I used to colour them in. You could get them from the market apparently, so they must have been quality merchandise, Craig.
I know exactly what Laura's on about. I just can't remember the name of them.
No.
Cannot remember the name.
I remember Etch-a-Sketch. I mean, it's not in any way similar.
Yeah, but
Kind
with
of like
felt.
colour by numbers, but felt. So you coloured in the felt. You coloured in around the felt. I know the ones you mean. Yes, the felt was like it was black, wasn't it? The felt. Yes, I do remember them.
I remember it. Yeah, with the felt.
I don't know what they're called, but yes, there's definitely. I see what you mean. And also, I guess the great thing, Craig, is you could put these onto a whole host of different things if you wanted to. So acetate. Also, the amount of aperture, I guess things like your glitter cards would look great underneath these as well if you wanted to use all of those.
Yeah, you could do. You could use your glitter cards again, either die cut straight into the glitter card, or alternatively, do your paper piecing. But what I'm just doing with these ones just here is just adding that colour in at the base and pulling the colour out. So you could be doing exactly the same if you've got your aqua pens, you could be doing them ones, but obviously just using the sparkle. And if you had the sparkle pens, do exactly what I'm doing. It just means that you don't need to use the paintbrush or that, because you've got that brush already there for you. So again, let's just do a couple more. Let's just add a bit of green. Let's start to colour in one of the leaves. I know you would tend to do the foliage in the green, but let's just so that you can see. I'm just going to pull that colour in. So you can go in a bit more intense if you want. Still got a bit of red in there, but you know what? You can start to mix and match your colours. So just add in some water. I've just got some water just to the side of me there. And then all that I'm just doing is pulling that colour out. Pulling it out so you get that deeper intense at one end. You've got the lighter tone at the other. You can still, of course, go back. If I just dab some of the excess water off, start to just add even just a wee bit more. You could add highlights to it if you want. but it's all about just having fun. It's playing. Something like this, Joe, what you could do is you could die cut quite a few of them, stick them onto your card. Now here in the UK, obviously the schools are on holiday. I know that have been off for a while anyway, but then this could be their own wee colouring. Create a wee book for them. You know, maybe
beautiful.
pop them into a folder or something like that, and then they can start to colour in themselves.
Wonderful.
But it's such a therapeutic way of colouring just by having the outline, and because we've got the die cut raised areas all the way around, that's creating, it's kind of like a barrier, so that's stopping any of the colour actually going over the edges.
Yes,
it's a bit like a heat emboss line, but without doing any heat embossing.
It looks absolutely beautiful, quote. Really, really effective techniques. Jan says, Jan in Italy has been back in touch, says, I have a rescue dog called Brenda. She's Italian, so I've no idea why she is named Brenda. Not a particularly Italian name. Loads of people still commenting away over on Facebook and YouTube, Craig. Evelyn's gone for both 26 and 27 with the magazine. Sonia loves her magazine. Paula Puckett as well said, joining in late this morning. Joe, is the magazine that will be offered in the US as part of the next Auto Ship. You will be able to get it on the Auto Ship programme if you prefer, if you are in the USA. If you're in the UK, we will just be retailing them individually. Is today the last day to get the tote? If you want to get the tote for free, it is definitely the last day to grab it. Absolutely. Our members event ends this evening, Sunday evening. It runs up until the end of Sunday. Love Craig's demo. He is so helpful how he explains everything, says Stacey. What a lovely compliment.
Stacey. Thank you.
Mary is asking about the Floral Garden Sparkle Pen ink set. What are the individual colours called in there? I'm just going to grab them and let you know. Which one was it? The Spring Garden, did we say? Let me double check. Floral Garden. Oh, we don't have a Floral Garden. Oh, we do have a Floral Garden.
Should be.
What am I like? We've got it just here. In there you get Firefly Tangerine, Balm Red Orchid, Pink Lemonade and Cotton Candy. So I hope that covers that for you. Diane says she watches every show, Craig. She just can't miss them. I think there's a lot of people like that. A lot of people on Crafters TV time over in the US. Wow, these are gorgeous dies. The sparkle pens were my first buy from HSN, and the Gemini was shortly afterwards. Do you want to know a top fact, Craig?
What's that?
All week, the large Gemini has been the busier of the two.
Yeah.
Today, the Gemini Junior has been busier. So
Really?
I think we had a lot of our super fans that knew they had to have it immediately and just upgraded from the Gemini Junior to the big Gemini. And I think now people maybe that don't have a Gemini machine are having a good old think about it and coming in for that Gemini Junior. They're both still very, very busy. We'll be focusing more on the Gemini in our Second Chance Sunday show a little later with myself and Debbie. That looks beautiful, Craig.
So obviously I'm not going to do it all because we're going to run out of time, but it goes to show how you can start to colour in with your inkle pots. Then all that I just done there, if you take one of the sentiment stamps, stamp it onto a bit of your white card and then pop that over the top, what you could actually even do is let's just add a wee bit more colour. So you're just getting that bit of colour in the background, and then you can either stamp directly on top or you can just stamp on your card and add that one on as well. But it just goes to show you can start to colour in with them as well. Towards the top here, what I started to do was just went direct with colour. I didn't put the deep colour in one corner and pull it out. So have a bit of fun, have playing time with it and just see what you can come up with.
Yeah, absolutely. Loads of people going for that whole collection there. Jan saying she's got hers as well. Now, today is your last day to get the fantastic Gemini at this incredible price, because remember, everyone's going to get the 5% extra savings. So there's the Gemini machine details on your screen. Let's switch those out for the Junior, because I know we haven't focused very much on the Junior in these shows. You still get exactly the same configuration. So you're still going to get all the plates, the user manual, all of those different things that you would expect, but you're going to get the Junior size ones, obviously. You're still going to get all the dies that you would get as standard, and all of the free dies that we've put together work through the Junior machine as well as that larger Gemini. Now the Junior, the combined price, if you went for it any other day and tried to add all these dies as well to your basket, you'd be looking at $245.89 in the UK or $353.45 in the US. Today, $139.99 in the UK or $199.95 if you're in the US, which is a saving of over £100 and over $150. Platinum members, that price you see there on your screen, you can get an extra £34 off of that, meaning that as a Platinum member today, In the UK, you can get this for $105. The price will go up at the end of today. $49.98 is what you're saving on top of that price that you see just there if you are in the US, meaning today, as a Platinum member in the US, you can get this for less than $150. $149.97 if you want to get your hands on it. You'll get it postage and packaging and shipping and handling free. You will also get double points on that as well, which is fantastic, and you'll get the free craft tote included too. I don't think there's ever been a better time to grab a Gemini. If you are sitting on the fence, what I would say is pop yourself over to our website, go and have a look at all those independently verified 5-star reviews there as well. Loads of people waxing lyrical also about it on Facebook. We'll be focusing a little bit more on the Gemini and the Gemini Junior in our Second Chance Sunday show with Debbie in a few hours time, so make sure you come back and join us for that. We show you more of the sparkle pens then too. Let me just recap everything that's on the show. Of course, the star of the show was this brand new Crafters Inspiration issue 27, 74 projects in here. You've got that great die, you've got the stencil in there, you've got the stamps, you've got the download with over 650 printable elements in there as well. £50 worth of crafty inspiration and goodies for $9.99 or $19.95. This is a world launch for you of that product today. We also had the outline dies on the show for you, a complete collection here. You get 8 of them for £87 or $109. In there you've got Pretty Petals, Majestic Hummingbird, Butterfly Garden, Dancing Butterfly, A Little Birdie in Full Bloom, Beautiful Bees and Sweet Succulent. When you get them all together, you get the best value. You've got over 45% saving there with those, and you'll get that free tote as well. The sparkle pens. This was kind of like our second members mega deal. We've sold a lot of these in this show. We'll be focusing more on these in our later show with Debbie, as I said. It is a half price deal. It's a half price deal before you put your Club Inspired discount on there as well. So a really, really fantastic saving. A great day to grab those. Again, the last day if you want to get them with the extra discount. You've got the black pen trays, the universal one. What I would say about this deal is this is the one that everyone waits for. We sometimes do a buy one, get one half price. Very occasionally, we do a buy one, get one free. $19.99 or $24.95 is what you'd normally pay for one set of 6. Today, we're going to send you 2, which is fantastic. The liquid inks as well, these were very busy throughout the show. £50 or $70 gets you 5 collections there. Those collections being Enchanted Hues, Perfect Pastels, Mystic Tones, Forest Glade and Traditional Christmas. What an incredible show it has been. Craig, it's been lovely to spend the last couple of days with you here in the studio. We're going to be together again, aren't we, tomorrow evening for Monday Makers. What can we expect from that show?
So yeah, we're going to be back tomorrow for Monday Makers. We've got a nice selection tomorrow. So kind of seems to be a running theme with myself. We've got a nice selection, quite even across the board. So whether it is, of course, you know, your die cutting, or maybe if you like that idea of corner dies, you might want to tune in tomorrow as well. But yeah, nice selection across the board of, you know, a bit of stamping, a bit of die cutting, maybe a wee bit of embossing as well. We might throw in some colour too. So it's going to be good.
Absolutely brilliant. Big thanks to Craig. Big thanks to all of you guys as well. Make sure you join us for our second show in a few hours' time, Second Chance Sunday, where we're going to share with you loads of our most recent fabulous deal. And myself and Debbie will be bringing the members event to a close. So I'd say if you've been, had your eye on something on the website, today would be the day whilst everyone gets that bonus 5% and those double points as well. Right, I hope you're having a brilliant Sunday. We'll see you back here in a few hours. Take care.